We've been here 7.5 years, and that's when I met him in here, wasn't it, doing the jobs?
Right,
yes. And then he's been really helpful to one of my daughters that's had some problems and given her a new boiler and done some other jobs and sorting out obviously piping. But when Alan went through the pipes, it helped that I could ring him and he was straight round, or one of his guys was. I'm the type of person that I can look at somebody and I know I'm going to have to trust him, and that helps. I'd recommend it 200%. So I've had a new boiler, which obviously I had to have checked by the RAAFA, but you know, it was leaking, wasn't it? And it was quite old. And so, you know, I was really well pleased. And then of course, obviously John has to couple up with an electrician to do everything else. So, you know, and it just all fell into place. So really well, you know, you've got to know that they know what they're doing. You can go and get different quotes, I understand that, but at the end of the day, the cheapest isn't always the best. I like to think that John's in the middle of the road, and it all comes down to trust. You want the job done properly, and I know I can trust him. A to Z. You can have all different quotes, but as far as I'm concerned, it's the trust, and I trust John. Whatever I want him to do, he does it. And I know him and his men, because obviously I've got to know some of his men as well. I cannot fault any of the work. It's been marvellous. I don't think any plumber, that when I rung him that day and we were in panic strict, because obviously Alan had tried to help my daughter, and I just said, you know, I need your help now. Alan's just gone through one of my daughter's pipes in her bathroom, and he sent somebody straight away, because at that time we were slightly climbing the walls. Alan had thought he was doing the job and he thought he was doing it properly, and he's not a plumber, but we didn't think the pipes were where they were, and so his man came straight out and sorted it out. Came back the next day and put it all back, didn't he? When I rung John, he doesn't sort of, like some people say, well, I'll get back to you. I think that's the thing with John. He doesn't say, oh, I'll think about it, or I'll come back to you next week. He either sends himself or sends someone of his men. And that I appreciate. You've got no idea. So it's not just in here. It was that day when it was slightly sort of up over the ceiling, down in my daughter's. And I just said to Karen, just bring John up.
He's over the age.
Yes, he did, or we did, because we weren't quite sure where we were going with this water spurting out.